Time for the WARNO. I had a question recently because I haven't said it enough, so I'll re-emphasize what a WARNO is. In the military world, whenever you're getting ready to do an operation, you follow this thing called an operations order. This is the thing that we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. If there's going to be a change or a fragmentation to the operations order, they send out a thing in advance called the warning order to let you know changes be a coming. Now, that warning order usually happens at the absolute last minute. Like, you're going to deploy on a Wednesday, and the command is giving you 2 days off to be with your family before you leave for 8 months. But Sunday night, they'll come out with a WARNO, and it really screws up those last 2 days. The phrase, embrace the suck. Sorry. Phone farts. The phrase, embrace the suck, is what happens when you get a WARNO. But this WARNO is a good thing. This occurs every Friday night. What I do is I take a few minutes to tell you what's going on in and around the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area. Usually, I'm pushing you towards something funny. Got a lot of friends out there that are doing a comedy thing, and I want you to go see them and help them get better and enjoy yourself. So I'm pushing the comedy thing out there towards you. Plus, I'm telling you things going on with me, and I'm telling you things going on in and around the area, first community service or whatever. And we do it for the length of one beer. Unless otherwise directed, gives you freedom to do what you want. SOCKS, Mr. Taney remembers. Now, we say the WARNO lasts the length of one beer. I hate that you see that. And I can't fix it right now. It's another thing for another time. I'll get it figured out. What I'm going to do is give the producer that and let her control all this. And then I just have to worry about this. Tonight's beer is gifted from the brewer himself, my friend Malik Stark, who works at 0 Day Brewery in downtown Harrisburg, has created his own sassy blend of herbs and spices. He calls it raspberry with 3 Z's. I couldn't remember what it was called, so I kept calling it raspberry. Also a cool name, I think. So, as you know, on Friday nights, if I have a beer to test or try or sample, I'm going to give it a shot. And just because he's my friend doesn't mean I'm going to give him a good review. I'm honest to a fault. That's what they say, right? It's brutal honesty. It's not brutally honest. It's just being honest. And tonight's souvenir cup comes from the Hard Rock Cafe in München. Yeah, München. It's not odoriferous. It does not have oh, shoot, I totally missed it there. It does not have a strong aroma. He was supposed to give this to me in a growler, and I don't really know what a growler is. But the thing he did give it to me is called a beer can. And I will clean up my mess as soon as I'm done. Okay. It's thick. It's got the viscosity. It's got a thick viscosity to it. It's like hanging on to the can. All right. Got a nice little head there. Head? Who said head? Can I grab something real quick to clean up my mess? What do I have available? Stand by. Sorry. Forgive. Some messes need to be picked up right away, and that's going to get in the way. So we're going to mix our raspberry along with a little Clorox bleach. Still boycotting all future Clorox purchases until they get rid of that stupid ASMR commercial. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. All right, so there's what it looks like. It's the raspberry made by our friend Malik Stark. And again, the WARNO lasts the length of one beer. I'm sorry it takes so long to start the timer today. Let's take our first sip and find out how this is going to go. That's heavy. You could definitely taste the raspberry in there. A chocolate. That's a putting it into perspective now. I'm seeing it more as a slightly spiked. It doesn't have a strong alcohol by volume content. I think he said it's 4.5. It doesn't have a bite to it. It tastes like you just drank some raspberry chocolate candy. I'll take another sip of that. I did that Clorox because it's not Sentiva. It's on my hand, it's on the table, and I did get whiffs of that. When you got olfactory senses that are this large, it picks up all of this when it should just be concentrating on this. No, that's exactly. If you could take little chocolates with the raspberry flavor in them and put them in a blender, you're going to get that flavor. Maybe that's how he did it. I don't know the magic behind all of this. I don't know how it's done, but that if your girl likes chocolate and raspberry, she's going to like that. I say thank you because it doesn't have grapefruit in it. All right, now let's talk about things going on in and around the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area, starting with tonight at 110 Limekiln Road in the establishment formerly known as, oh, come on, Doc Holliday Steakhouse and Saloon. That's right. For those of you too young to know, Boomerangs, the hotel, casino, complex, and resort located at 110 Limekiln Road, used to be known as Doc Holliday's Steakhouse and Saloon. A little piece of Harrisburg history you probably didn't know. I only found out today, figured I'd share it. At Boomerangs, inside, they got the Comedy Zone, one of the best comedy clubs. The only premier comedy club in the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area. It's a great room. It's a fun room. There's no bad seat in the house. The staff is amazing. The food is amazing. If you've never been to the Comedy Zone, check it out. If you want free tickets to the Comedy Zone, not tonight, but other nights, you could support the Central Pennsylvania Blood Bank, giving up some blood there. Get you free tickets to the Comedy Zone. 2 free tickets to the Comedy Zone. So give some blood, save some lives, go get a laugh. That's a fun thing to do, but not tonight. Tonight is a special event because this giant of a comedian, he's literally a giant, he's 6'8", is Ray. I knew I was going to forget the last name. I know who's with him. I know Corey Moore's going to be with him tonight, but Ray Bouillard, Brett Raybould. Brett Raybould. He's done a bunch of things of late. He's getting a lot of hits. He's getting a lot of views. He's getting a lot of the Instagrams. He's also a co-host on an XM radio show called Better Halves. He's funny. There's a lot of funny clips out there for Brett Raybould. He's your special act tonight. Tickets are $20. Doors open 30 minutes early. Show starts at 8:15, so that means the door's going to open around 7:45. If there is, I don't think there's going to be a feature act tonight. I think it's just Brett Raybould as the headliner. Corey Moore's going to open up the place, soften the crowd a little bit, make the announcements that need to be made, and then bring him up. I think that's how it's going to go. If I'm wrong, I'll find out tonight, and I'm not going to correct it. So if I'm wrong, be wrong strong, baby. So that's tonight at 8:15. Is there anything else going on tonight, T-Bone? There may be. Not only may there be something else going on tonight, but you may be able to do it all in one location. You go to the Comedy Zone at 8:15, you sit there, you laugh your buns off, you have a great time, and then you leave and you're like, I don't really want to go home. Maybe I'll hang out for a little bit. Oh, you and who else? Because tonight, live at Boomerangs and anywhere else you could get Netflix, is the old man versus the young boy. Jake Paul going against Mike Tyson. A lot of people are interested in watching this fight because of the goofiness that it is, right? So they want to watch the fight. And a lot of people don't want to watch the fight because it's sad that an old man's fighting a young boy and that a young boy's beating up an old man. Hey, get past all that, okay? Here's the deal. Both of them are walking out the door with $40 million. I would let Mike Tyson whoop my butt for $40 million. I'd let Jake Paul beat me up for $40 million. I can duck, I can weave, I can still run around the ring. $40 million would motivate me. I'll run, right? What would you do? What would you do for $40 million? That is crazy. That is crazy. It tastes just like candy. It's like candy. Oh, I can feel it when you walk. And as I have a whole bunch of people out there watching. So hello, friends. So that's tonight, 8:15, Comedy Zone, Brett Raybould, Corey Moore. That's your show. After that, go outside. They're going to have the fight on all the screens. Get yourself some beers. Have a designated driver. Have a good time. Watch the fight. Remember, no matter who wins and who loses, they both are winning. That is tonight. Tomorrow, for your community service note, I'm going to tell you a little something about last week, and then I'm going to tell you what's going on this week. Last week, it was Hope for You. Hope for You had the food, and they had the drinks, and they had the raffles. And I'm going to tell you what I did, but I'm going to tell you what I did. Because if I put out your event, if I share your event, I'm going to do my best to support your event. If I can go there, I'm going to go there. And when I go there, I'm going to come with money. So if you're raising money, as Hope for You was raising money, families, as I'm still ticking there. Am I alive? Okay. We don't know what happened. All right, I can see that camera's working. I guess it just stopped going live. No, it says I'm still live. God. Oh, I'm back. So anyway, Hope for You, they're doing their thing. I can't see the comments, but I'll get the comment. There we go. Non ti preoccupare. Yep. Okay. So anyway, Hope for You, I go there. I go there at the last minute. I'm splitting my time. I want to see my friend Roy Harbor there at the Comedy Zone, and I want to support this event because I put it out. I'm going to show up, right? And I did. And here's what I did. I paid for my meal and my drinks, and I bought a long list of raffle tickets, and I gave them money, and I said, keep the change, because they're there to raise money, and I wanted to help them raise money. That's why I put it out to you, and that's why I myself showed up. Now, how much money I give them? You don't need to know. I can tell you this. This was their reaction. That's the reaction they made. That's the reaction I was looking for. So if you're interested in something to do tomorrow, 118 Chester Road, right off of Wirtsville, and NOLA Volunteer Fire Department number 3 is having Designer Bag Bingo. This is a fundraiser they do a lot around here. Designer Bag Bingo. Show up at the fire department, and you pay the money at the door. It's $30 or $35. $30 in advance, but you can't buy them in advance anymore. $35 if you show up. It will sell out, so they say. It's Designer Bag Bingo. There's a whole bunch of opportunities to win money and raffles and donate and support the volunteer fire department. So that's tomorrow. The details specifically, doors open at 4 and the bingos start at 5. And because it's a fire department, you know there'll be food. So there'll always be food for sale, and then there'll be the bingo, and then there'll be the raffles. By the way, on the Hope for You raffle, made out, I got all your Christmas gifts because I did really good on that raffle. That's tomorrow. That's Saturday afternoon, evening. Tomorrow night, of course, starting at 8 o'clock at the Comedy Zone, 110 Limekins Road here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You can go down there. You give them your $20. Again, no bad seat in the house. Brett Raybould, Corey Miller. No, not Corey Miller. Corey Moore, the other Corey I know. They're gonna do a great show for you. It's a wonderful time. Check that out. But if you don't want to spend the money, you could always go to 1031 Eisenhower Drive to the Roadhouse. Roadhouse. Dom Driscoll, Joey Ritchie, and other local comedians are going to be there doing an open mic. It's a fun little place. They got amazing pizza. They got $2 draft beers, and it costs nothing to get in. It costs nothing to perform. Sign up is at a show starts at 9. That's The Rowdy Mic, hosted by Dom Driscoll and Joey Ritchie. That starts, sign up at 8. Show starts at 9. There's your Friday. There's your Saturday. Anything going on Sunday, T-Bone? Yes. Yes, there is. At 10:30 Sunday morning, you can catch me live right here on Facebook. Burping. Sorry about that. 10:30 on Facebook Live doing, wait for it, the supplemental. Yeah, I don't know. You like that one? There's a time delay. Take 2. The supplemental. I think I like number 1 better. She didn't like it. What do we do on the supplemental? It's a fun time. We get together. I tell you about the weeks to come. Your days in advance of the week to come, your national days of the week. Then I tell you about some kind of community service event that happens to be going on in and around the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area. And we finish it up with history, trivia style. It's 7 questions. It's a good time. Some of my regulars are in the group there watching along. We have a real good time. So if you got nothing else to do early on a Sunday morning, get up, 10:30, live, we'll have a blast. So that's your Friday, that's your Saturday, that's your Sunday. Tuesday nights, Comedy Zone, free, local mic. Regular comedians working their craft, a little bit longer times, no crowd, great service. So show up on a Tuesday night and check out the Comedy Zone. On Thursday, that's your open mic at the Comedy Zone. That's 35, 40, 50 freaking comics. And it's a good time. So that's a week worth of adventures, all packed into 1 beer. Now I'm curious. I'm going to let you think about this for a second while I go over here and check your comments after a sip. Who do you think's going to win the fight tonight? The big one. You can tell me about the women fighters too, or whoever. You and your spouse. Who's going to win that fight? Your spouse. Always your spouse, unless it gets physical. Well, if I said spouse, I'd still be right, no matter who wins. Who's going to win the fight? Your spouse. I think you got something there, Malik. Again, thanks for no grapefruit, but that's a box of Russell Stovas in a glass. That's exactly what that is. The pink, creamy one, raspberry filling, blended up, made cold and foamy and bubbly with a little. Let's take a look at the comments real quick and see who's there. I don't have any echo. The Taney is watching. The Julie is watching. Corey Slavings is watching. Keith Wilkerson, Ken Hodel, some of my favorite people. Christy Eads, Ed Linares, John Tillman is raising money for a new motorcycle. Aren't you the stud? Are you still going to run the river run? Huh? And if you do run the something river run, it was called the Gate River Run when we ran it. I think they've changed the name a couple of times. Remember, don't run a long distance race and ride a motorcycle, John. Just as a reminder. Back to the comments. Too far away, watchable, getting a Honda. Oh, what you getting? Brownie wants to know what you're getting. A Honda. Netflix is the big winner tonight. Tyson, he wouldn't sign the contract unless he wins, and Paul is happy to make 40 mil. Joe Bruin is watching. Man, I haven't talked to you in a long time. Your life has changed a lot. Congratulations, sir. I'm happy for you. Yeah, it doesn't matter who wins the fight tonight. They both walk away with $40 million. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've met Mike Tyson, and I thought he was just the coolest dude ever. I met him in a place where I wasn't supposed to meet him. It was an accident. I'm walking into the house. There's a vestibule at the bottom floor of the apartments. And I walked in, and the heavyweight champion of the world is standing there looking at the mailbox thingy or the door buzzer thingy. And I'm just taken aback. I'm like, I'm 18 years old. I'm like, holy shit. Oh, sorry. Hey, oh, holy cow. Hey, what's up, champ? You need something? Can I help you? And he's by himself. No entourage, no nothing. And he's at the top of his game as a young man. He's only a couple years older than me. He's 4 years older than me. And he's like, no, I just here to see Vanessa. I'm like, oh, she's up on the 3rd floor. And he thought, thanks for that, man. And just the heavyweight champion of the world, just standing there in the vestibule, gonna go see Vanessa. Sorry, Charlie, you probably didn't know that. You two have long since forgotten me, so neither one of you need to know about what happened that day. I know what happened that day. One last look at the comments before we wrap this up. All right. Okay, looks like we're all captured there. It looks like I'm frozen there, but at the same time, this thing says it recorded all the time. So it might not have made it out into the internet, but I have it here. And when I download this and play this later, it'll be the full episode. So as always, I can't be held responsible for technical difficulties. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you could be. And if you are a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Cheers along with me. Arriba, e bajo, e centro, e pa dentro. That's a good beer, Malik. Thanks.